walking through it, I was amazed how much stuff there is here.
One of David O's son. We go in through here. This is the airlock.
At Anthology Film Archives, we have no empty space. And here it's so beautiful, it's glorious situation.
Ken Burns stores all his preprint material here. He actually donates his preprint material, whenever he's finished with it, to the institution. So that's donated to us. Martin Scorsese keeps his personal film collection here. We get all of Catherine Bigelow's personal prints. Spike Lee keeps his personal prints here.
Hitting the leaves with a stick. We walked up from dark and deeper and deeper. It was good to walk.
I came to pay tribute to Jonas, who I've known for over 50 years, so we've passed our golden anniversary. Jonas is that rare human being who's an encourager of artists. Doesn't matter what kind of artist. As long as you're an artist, Jonas encourages you. I was a pisher in New York, starting out and wanted to make films. I was directing in the theater. And I don't exactly know how we met, but we hung around the same circles of film buffs in late 59, 60, that era. And he was a great encourager of me. I remember coming out on the street, and he had his camera, and he said, "Do something." So I drew an imaginary gun and shot him, and then he shot me, and I fell down, and he shot the whole thing. We did it on the street. And he's been that way, encouraging to me from every time we meet.
Jonas, you might have gathered, an old friend of so many of us, and I must say my teacher at Center for Media Study at Buffalo, where he came and was kind enough to let me write for the great journal that he edited, and has been very supportive to George Eastman House and to all of us here through the years. He was born in Lithuania, and shortly after coming to this country with his brother Adolphus to New York in 1949, he purchased his first Bolex 16mm camera, and that began a most successful film career. But I think even before purchasing the Bolex, on his second night here, he went to the movies. Maybe we'll ask about that a little later. Jonas and his brother, in 1955, founded Film Culture magazine, one of the most important journals about film in the world. Jonas was also the original film critic for the Village Voice in New York during the glory years for The Voice from 58 to 1978, and in 1961, Dr. Mekas established the Filmmakers Cooperative, and in 1964, the Filmmakers Cinematheque, which grew into Anthology Film Archives. Still now a screening venue and one of the world's largest and most important repositories of independent cinema. Jonas is a poet, a philosopher, a photographer, a humanitarian, a father, a professor, and some might say with justification, the priest of the new American cinema.
Since I am here in a place that is known for essential materials without which what I care about and what my friend, dear friend Peter Bogdavovich cares about, cinema would not exist. There is no cinema without film. I realize, this human obsession with that, to keep everything for into eternity. Everything has to be survive. We have to reproduce. Everything has to be seen, 500 years from now, 1,000 years from now. It's a beautiful obsession. But we know that everything falls to dust, even pyramids. What remains, the whole history of art, is just what has left after all the armies went through, all the disasters, all the dictators, all the fanatics. So whatever is left from past centuries, we treasure, we keep it, we put it and treasure in the museums, we protect, we write dissertations about them. It's only fragments of what human has from what has left. The same will be with film. The same will be with cinema. But because it's so rare what still has left, and even so many films have disappeared, so that it's so precious what we still have, that we have to do everything to protect it as long as we can. And of course, nature will do its job. Eventually, everything will disappear. It's natural, simple, normal development. But we still love what we have, and we have to protect it. Thank you.
What I would like to do is read the words that are inscribed on this award. The George Eastman House hereby confers upon Jonas Mekas the title of Honorary Scholar. Jonas Mekas has dedicated his life and career to breaking barriers between filmmakers and film audiences. As a critic, distributor, exhibitor, and archivist, he has assured that major works of American avant-garde cinema are disseminated, interpreted, extolled, and preserved. The legacy of Jonas Mekas as a filmmaker is significant. His films record an innovative engagement with the world and a breadth of social history. They embody the dignity inherent in all home movies, creating a substantial contribution to the tradition of the diary in art. George Eastman House proudly bestows the title of Honorary Scholar upon Jonas Mekas in recognition of the strength of his art and his essential role in teaching us about the art of others. And so, Jonas, on behalf of the Board of Trustees of the George Eastman House, all of the colleagues of the George Eastman House, everyone in this audience, and the community of Rochester, it's my pleasure and my honor to present to you the award Honorary Scholar.